Hello everyone, I am Nisarga AN studying in Government First Grade College. Now I am going to giving the explanation on coordination compounds. Let's see the contents. Introduction of coordination compounds. What are central metals, atoms and ligands? Types of ligands. Naming of coordination compounds by IUPAC rules. Determination of complex formation. Let's study what are coordination compounds. A coordination compound is a compound containing one or more coordinate bonds, that is, bond covalent compound or bond ionic compound. In the given example, when potassium hexacyanoferrate 3 is dissolved in water or any solvent, which gives cation and anion. After the formation of complex, which can regain its identity. These coordination compounds exist in both living organisms as well as non-living organisms. Blood consists of hemoglobin which helps to transformation of oxygen. This hemoglobin coordinates with ferrous. Chlorophyll which helps to synthesis of food material. This chlorophyll coordinates with magnesium. Certain complex metal catalysts play a major role in the production of polyethylene and polypropylene. Double salts. Compounds formed by the mixture of two salts to give the another compound which is known as double salts. In the first example, two salts are here. One is ferrous sulfate and another one is ammonium sulfate, which are dissolved in water or any solvent, which gives Fe2 plus SO4 2 minus and NHO plus ions. In the second example, the salts are potassium sulfate and aluminum sulfate, which are dissolved in water or any solvent, which gives K plus SO4 2 minus and Al3 plus ions. After the formation of complex, which cannot regain its identity. So we can also say double salts containing more than one cations or anions. The main two terms we have to study in the coordination compounds, that is central metal atoms and ligands. Central metal atom or ion in coordination entity bonded to fixed number of ions or groups. Here coordination entity means the central metal atoms and ligands which are written by the square bracket. Central metal atoms exhibit by transition metals. As I say, variable oxidation state, smaller size, and empty vacant orbitals. Metal atom acts as Lewis acid and accepts a lone pair of electrons from the ligands due to the availability of vacant orbitals. In the given example, the central metal atom is ferrous, which is bonded by the 6 number of cyanide ions. Let's move on to the ligands. These are the ions or molecules which donate the pair of electron to the central metal atom. Ligands are acts as electron pair donor, that is Lewis base. Ligands can be neutral molecule, cationic or anionic. In the given examples, ammonia and carbon monoxides both are neutral molecules. Based on the number of donor atoms, ligands are classified into five types. One is unidentate ligands. The ligand which has one donor atom, that is the ligand bonded to the metal atom or ion through one donor atom. In H2O, oxygen is capable to donate the pair of electron. In ammonia, nitrogen is capable to donate the pair of electrons. The second type of ligand is bidentate ligand. The ligand which has two donor atoms, that is the ligand bonded to the metal atom or ion through two donor atoms. The given example is ethylene diamine, which is having two amide groups. Here, each nitrogen atom donates the pair of electrons to the CH2 groups. Tridentate ligand. Ligands with three donor atoms. In, in diethyl triamine, each nitrogen atom is capable to donate the pair of electrons to form the coordination bond. The special type of ligand is ambidentate ligand. These are the polydentate ligands which have more than one donor atom but coordinates with only one atom. In nitrate ion, both nitrogen and oxygen are capable to donate the pair of electrons, but it coordinates through nitrogen or oxygen. And in cyanide ion, which is coordinates through carbon or nitrogen. The last type of ligand is chelating ligands. It is a bi or polydentate ligands which bonded to the metal atom to form the ring structure. These chelating ligands produce a ring-like structure called chelates. In the given example, the central metal atom is copper, which is bonded by the four amide groups forming a ring-like structure. We call it as chelates. Chelation increases the stability of the complex. This effect we call chelation effect. Naming the coordination compounds by IUPAC rules. If the ligand is anion, we named it as bromo, fluoro, oxo, hydroxo, cyano, oxalato, like this. If the ligand is neutral molecule, we named it as amine, aqua, nitrosyl, carbonyl, dioxygen, like this. If the ligand is anion and it is metal, we named it as ferrate, cuprate, plumbate, or argenate, like this. If the complex ion is an anion, metal name ends with suffix ate. First, we name the ligands in the alphabetical order, then the metal atom or ion. The metal atom or ion right before the ligands in the given chemical formula. After naming the ligands, name the central metal atom. If the complex ion is a cation, the metal is named same as the element. For example, CO in complex cation, we named it as cobalt and Pt is platinum. If complex if complex ion is an anion, metal name ends with suffix ate as I told. For example, CO in complex ion called cobaltate, Pt is platinate. Greek prefixes are used to designate the number of each type of ligands in the complex ion. The examples are di, tri, tetra. If the ligand already contains Greek prefix, for example, ethylene diamine. If there is a polydentate ligand, the prefixes are bis, tris, tetrakis, pentakis we are used. For some compounds given by their chemist name, for example, Zeal salts, Edmond salts, Magnus green salts. Let us discuss for some examples. The first example is K4FeCN6. Here, potassium is the cation that is having the plus 1 charge and the complex is anion. Since there are 4 K plus ions bindings with a complex ion, the charge on the complex ion must be minus 4. Since each ligand carries minus 1 charges, the oxidation number of ferrous must be plus 2. We already calculated here. So we named it as potassium hexacyanoferrate 2. The common name of this compound is potassium ferrocyanate. In the second example, from the charge on the complex ion and the charge on the ligands, we can calculate the oxidation number of metals. In this example, all the ligands are neutral molecules, that is, ammonia and water molecules. Therefore, the oxidation number of chromium must be same as charge of the complex ion, that is plus 3. The amine ligands are named before the aqua ligands according to the alphabetical order. Since there are 3 chlorides binding with the complex ion, the charge on the complex ion must be plus 3 because the compound is electrically neutral. Finally, we named it as triamine triaquachromium 3 chloride. In this example, ammonia is the neutral molecule. The charge on the platinum 4 plus ions equals the negative charges on the 4 chloride ligands. So we named it as diamine tetrachloroplatinum 4. In the last example, the complex ion is a cation. The counter anion is the 3 bromides. The charge of the complex ion must be plus 3 since it binds with 3 bromides. The ammonia is the neutral molecule while the chloride carries minus 1 charges. Therefore, the oxidation number of platinum is plus 4. Finally, we named it as pentaamine chloroplatinum 4 bromide. Physical methods in the study of complex. The three methods which are determines the formation of complex. The first method is color change, which is also known as spectral method. A change in the color of the solution on the addition of the another reagent indicates the formation of new species. I given here two examples. In Cu2 plus ions, which is in light blue, it is treated with the ammonia, it gives the complex which is in deep blue. Fe2 plus ion, which is in green color, which is treated with the cyanide ions, it gives the complex which is in yellow color. So, which is indicates the formation of compounds. That is, change in the color indicates the formation of complex. The second method is pH method. The addition of the ligand to a metal in the solution results in the release of protons as complexes are formed. For example, Cu2 plus ions are treated with salicyloxime to form the complex with the release of protons. Due to the release of H plus ions, the pH of the solution gets lowered. So here, release of protons indicates the formation of complex. The last method is conductivity measurements. If the complex formation reaction involves the changes in the number of ions, then there would be change in the conductivity of the solution. For example, in the given complexation reaction, there is a decrease in the number of ions in the solution. That is, n plus ions reduces to n minus x ions. Hence, conductivity of the solution decreases due to the formation of complex. This change in the conductance can be used to detect the complex formation. These are all small reviews on coordination compounds. Special thanks to all for listening.